What is up, everybody? Sorry about the late start again. I don't know what's going on, but I'm going to blame it on YouTube. They seem to have been making things a lot more difficult lately. I don't know. It's like they give you the pass and they're like, well, wait a minute. We're going to handicap you a little bit with some things. We've got it figured out. Don't worry, guys. We've got it figured out. Let's move on for today's show. It's Friday. Nick, how are you doing today?
Living the dream, baby.
Living the dream. Guys, good morning. If you guys haven't seen our show before, my name is Tank. I am accompanied by my partner, Nick. You just heard him. This is the IBCGANG YouTube channel. We try to cover everything we possibly can that's going on in the crypto space, with the focus on what's happening in the Cosmos ecosystem. We're going to jump on in today's show. But before we do, if you guys would do us a huge favor, like this video, subscribe to the channel, share it with your auntie, uncle, brother, mother, sister, whoever you want to share it with. Tell them all about it, because the more people that see these videos, the more exposure the Cosmos ecosystem gets. And you guys know we're big cosmonauts. That's a win-win for everybody, guys. So again, do us a favor, do what you need to do and smash those buttons. We're going to go ahead and jump on into a couple of things, because like the title says in today's show, we're going to be talking about a really interesting topic in the later part. Once we cover what's happening in the in the crypto ecosystem, we're going to talk about how to make money in the Cosmos ecosystem. And I love that topic because that's what I likes to do. So again, this isn't financial advice though. In this show, this is us just sharing with you guys the things that we look for, the things that have done us really well in the past, and are serving us really well right now in the Cosmos space. So please remember that, guys. Not financial advice, just us sharing with you guys what we do and what we're looking for. Before we jump into all of that, though, let's go ahead and talk about the markets right now, guys. What is up with the markets, right? Crazy pump going on right now, guys. We broke into 45 just briefly. We are running into a little bit of resistance for Bitcoin right now. As you guys can see, we're on the... Actually, let me go back here. We're on the daily right here, guys. And as you guys can see, it's really, really simple to follow along with this price action. Ever since basically the beginning of the year, right here has been our level of resistance that we're basically trying to conquer right now as we make this video. So really interesting times. You guys know, I've told you guys many, many times before that I'm kind of, I'm really on the fence, to be honest with you guys. I hate to say that because, you know, I know a lot of, people on YouTube, like to say it could go up, it could go down, but like it really, really could right now. And to be very transparent and honest with you guys, personally, I'm split. I'm divided. I'm 50-50 right now. There's so many bullish things, like as far as the landscape goes for Bitcoin and the rest of the crypto landscape happening right now, that are all pointing to like just ignoring what's happening outside in the traditional markets in the world and stuff like that. It's just screaming bullish, 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 bullish. Everybody look this way. But as somebody that's been doing this for some time, and as, again, I could probably speak for Nick on this one as well, for people that's been in the markets for some time, again, there's a reason why we say this. Whenever you think you have the market figured out, whenever you think you know what the narrative is, that's when the narrative, and that's when the market likes to flip you on your head and just gobble you up. So I am kind of cautious about what's actually happening. I'm rooting for it. Don't get me wrong. I am definitely rooting for this price action. I want to see us recapture this this resistance range that we've been fighting since the beginning of this year. But if I'm being absolutely honest with you guys, like what I said before, guys, we still dealing with Evergrande. Like, guys, it happened. It's funny to me how people like quickly forget how things actually feel when they weigh down on you. Like, do you guys not remember what happened the last time Evergrande had like an issue paying? It hurt, and it's going to hurt going forward. I'm telling you guys right now, this isn't like, I don't have a crystal ball or anything like that, but I do want to keep that in the back of you guys' head. No matter what deal they strike with their lenders, with their debtors and stuff like that, with the people that they owe money to, no matter what deal they make, if they can't structure something out to where, I'll say this, I really don't see, even if I want to say that in the best case scenario, I just still don't believe it. So it's hard for me to say it, but like, I'll just say this, no matter what they do, no matter what structure they find, they owe a lot of money, a lot that they're like the US debt, guys, that they'll pretty much never be able to pay back. And the only way that they'll ever be able to pay back is if they get loan forgiveness, if they raise interest rates, or unless the Chinese economy inflates their economy, really shoves a bunch of money like we did here in the States, which could be a good thing, which really could be a good thing. But we all know that the long-term effects that has to the markets is not really good. It's great to be on that ride while it's happening, but the more and more that happens, the higher and higher you get on that roller coaster that is just being propped up on matchsticks that are, when the real pain comes, the higher and higher you inflate it, the higher and higher you get up there and prop it up, guys, it's going to come down just that much harder and more brutal. So again, it could be a fun ride. I'm not saying I'm rooting for price action right now, especially in the crypto space, to really see more upside. But I'm very, very cautious about what's happening, especially with them. And then also what's happening in the world. Like, the US dollar is the reserve currency of the world. And the Fed has come out and I'm going to remind you guys this over and over. I'm not a super bear. I'm just a realist. I'm a conservative realist. And that's how I protect my capital. And I want you guys to be at least digesting this bit of information on your own so that you guys can make your own moves with at least, some thought about it in the back of your head. Guys, if you're going to last in this game, you can't ignore everything. You got to weigh them out, guys. The Fed is going to raise interest rates. They've promised they're going to do it. They're going to do it, period. And like some people might be like, they're not going to do enough. And I agree. They might not do enough to actually really fight inflation and stuff like that. But it's going to happen. It's going to happen. And regardless of the big picture, the whole point of my rant is to be able to get into the best position possible and not try to, again, I use this saying again a lot, to cut your nose off to spite your face just for short-term gains. You might miss a couple percentages on the way up, but you're really looking for those moves that you make when things go down, right? Like just, not financial advice, just my personal opinion. That's what's really going to separate you from the long-term players, the real stacks that are made versus I made a little bit of money. Yay. And then I lost a lot of money. Oh no. And then I made a little bit of money. Yay. And then I'm like just basically a little bit, hopefully above where I started. And that's not the point of the game. It's to be well above where we initially started, right? And it takes patience to see those things happen. So again, I'm rooting for this price action. We need to see Bitcoin raise above 45. It's above it right now, just by a hair. It's 45.15. Great. Now let's see if it can sustain itself and maintain itself and make that slow and steady movement to the upside. I will say this right here. As I'm looking on the daily chart, guys, the one thing that I'm liking a lot better this go around, while we make the push to resistance and seeing if we can actually break through that, is we're not making these strong parabolic type movements like this, these angles, guys. It's all about angles and how you enter, right? Ask anybody. It's all about how you enter and how you angle yourself. But really, guys, like we had slow and steady growth here. And then what happened? Boom! We shot straight up with a sharp angle. Then what happened? We came right back down. And then we did it again. Slow and steady. And then bop here, sharp angle back up. What happened? We came back down. Any single time you have those really big sharp moves trying to test support and or resistance, well, not really support, but especially for resistance, more likely than not, it's probably not going to sustain itself and push through it. Now we can see that also with the volume here, guys. Check this out. This is another thing that I'm kind of eyeballing right now. Like, it's okay, but it's not great either to make the move through a really, really important critical level of resistance. It's there. And again, not fighting it. I really am 50-50. I just want you guys to be on the lookout for what I'm looking on the charts with. Again, we're on the daily, but the volume is there, but it's not anything that I'm like, woohoo about, and we're making slow and steady growth on the candles. This looks a lot better. It's kind of like, it's not this straight angle. We're making that slow and steady growth up. Not this. The degree of the angle is important, guys. It might not look like it on the charts because I'm, handwriting it and stuff like that. But I'm telling you this here. Actually, I can show you better. I can show you better here. This degree, where do I want to pick? From bottom to top there. Look at that angle. From bottom top, look at that angle, and bottom to top. Do you guys see here what I'm talking about? I don't know if you guys can see this. Look how this angle is straight up, basically, straight up. And this one's more of a angle, a more steady angle, kind of more of like a ramp. So that's got that going for it right there, which I'm kind of keeping my eye on. But you know, it's just hard, guys. It's just hard right now. Let's just quickly take a look at another thing, guys. If you guys have been looking at the open interest rates right now for BTC and also the order books, like this is selling. This is selling happening right now. And this is also right here. And you can also see it, like it changes all the time, but you know, you can get a visual right here of what it looks like even better. This is the order book, guys. You guys want to find this, going coinglass.com. They used to be Bybit, but you can find a whole bunch of really cool bits of information here if you guys want to jump into the information, guys. You look at the long versus shorts as well. Long versus shorts. This is BTC. We go to 24 hour. You guys know me. I like to zoom out. This is another thing, guys. Take a look at it. Right now, the longs are beating out the shorts 50.81% versus 49.19%. Not by much, but they are beating them out. And guys, today is very, very interesting because this is the end of the month option expiry, guys. This is the end of the month option expiries. And forgive me, Nick. Remind me, what was the max pain that?
41.5.
41.5 was max pain. So keep that in mind, guys. Let me show you guys another thing here if I can find it. I should put this closer on my chart. This is Bitcoin longs. Check it out. This is Bitcoin longs, right? On the daily versus Bitcoin shorts. Whoop. On the daily. All right. It's super interesting. It's super, super interesting right now. Like I really am 50-50. I'm rooting for this pump to actually bring us through with higher price points. I really am. But like, honestly, again, we've seen it before. We're going back to my chart, the chart that I've been sharing with you guys. Let me get this volume off right here because it's taking a lot of space on my, just hide it. There you go. As you guys can see here in the wedge pattern, right, that we've been following, we're coming back up to test it right now. The RSIs on Market Cipher B clearly pointing back up. Everything is looking really, really good down here. But so far, the market movers, market makers have been defending this line and really just gobbling up all of the people that get overextended with longs. Little different though. Little different now because options for the month and the end of the week are also combining and closing today at the later part. What is it? 4 o'clock Central Standard Time? 4 o'clock-ish Central Standard Time? Something like that. I think it's 4 o'clock. But yeah, and we'll see, guys. Maybe that pressure has gone away. It definitely looks like that right now. And like I said, if that happens, guys, how do you measure these moves? How do you measure these moves? Realistically, not saying that this is going to happen. Realistically, we could see that move, you know, not immediately, but we can see this move just stair step and bring us back up to possibly this right here on the charts, which is right around $58,000 to $60,000. Now, I'm not giving you guys hopium. I'm not, you know, I'm definitely not taking that stance because we could get rejected. And we could definitely just come back down here and stay in this ascending wedge pattern like we've been doing and kind of just do this until we actually figure out what we want to do, you know, around May or, you know, even April, sometime late April. I think there's a lot of people saying that April is going to be a really explosive month. And statistically, I think all the time, April has been more often than not a very bullish month for Bitcoin and the rest of the crypto market. So again, there's a lot of things saying, yay, let's go. And then there's a lot of things outside that are real things that we need to be concerned about, telling me at least, no, pump your brakes. Like you might go have a little bit of fun, but we're going to take that win out of your cell, you know, shortly. So I just want to stress to you guys, don't overextend. Maybe go out and play while the sun's out a little bit, but definitely don't don't wear your best, Jordans or Air Ones or whatever you are. Just go out there with your regular play shoes and just be cautious not to step in some doo-doo out there in the field, guys. That's all I'm saying. But yeah, tell me what you guys think. Nick, what do you think about Bitcoin? What do you think?
I think very bullish right now. However, it's just, you got a bunch of news coming out next week. It's not good news, I can tell you that. But I can't say really anything specifically because April was all-time high last year.
Yeah.
It's kind of doing the same thing it did last year too. In March, it was really, really bad, and then in April, it just blew up completely.
Yep. Yep. I think I want to lean. Okay, I'm saying 50-50, but I'll give you guys an actual stance right now. You guys are gonna hate me for saying this. I could be wrong, but I'm leaning more towards caution than let's keep this raging party going. I'm leaning more to, and also, especially if you guys have not already taken a position, again, not financial advice, but just, you know, as somebody trying to speak to friends, I consider everybody that comes and watches this show friends. So maybe like, you don't need a license to be a life coach, right? Like, consider this a life coach. I see so many of my, nothing, I'm not talking bad about you guys too. I'm going to put my foot in my mouth. If all my friends watch this, if you guys are life coaches, you guys are valuable. Don't get me wrong. But it's like, I see some of my friends that like all of a sudden turn into life coaches, and I'm pretty sure they're not licensed or like have degrees. So I'm going to just take that as a Cosmos, as a fellow friend, like as your friend, give you life suggestions, or in my opinion, to look it out for you guys. Let me coach you and tell you right now, you don't want to buy into the green. I always say that. I don't buy green candles. I don't chase pumps. I don't do it. If you guys haven't taken a position, you know, down here when we had this little, you know, red candle, and or if you didn't buy down here, like the last thing you probably want to do is chase a pump. Look, you've already missed the train. What are you looking for? Like 0.5% gain? You know, if you're getting in and getting out, you got to really weigh like what you're trying to do versus the risk in doing that. So right now, as we come up to resistance, the last thing I want to do is bet on if we break through support and resistance based on what we've done in the past, right? The last thing I want to do. That's not smart at all. The smart thing is to be betting on where we held up as far as support goes. That's what you want to do. So I do want to stress that to you guys. Do what you guys have to do, or, you know, different strokes, different folks. You do you, boo-boo. If you want to chase this, chase it. But like, it's like, by airdrop says.
I agree.
But are you agreeing with airdrop?
No, yeah, by XRP.
By XRP.
Seriously.
But no, do you agree with that as well, Nick? Do you guys agree with that?
Yeah, it's.
Do you think it's
so
the
tough.
right time to be chasing this pump, or to be patient right now as we're coming up to resistance?
Be patient. I mean, you never buy green candles. Never. I don't care if I miss 25%. I never buy a green candle.
I will say this: there is one time you should buy a green candle. I think we should put this out there. There's one time you should buy a green candle. Let me show you guys what that one time is right here on the charts. It's really like this recent price action is beautiful to use as examples, guys. The one time you want to buy a green candle, it's this candle. You guys understand? You guys are already following what I'm saying? It's the candle after the red candle. Those are the times that you buy the green, because you're patiently waiting to see if the prior daily candle, you know, you could do this with different time frames too, and however you guys want to, you know, trade or invest and stuff like that. I just like to stick with dailies. But according to the prior red candle and price action the day before, you want to still be patient and see, again, if this is actually going to play out. And as you can see, again, that it's real simple with TA, guys. Higher time frames make it even that much more simpler. But if you're looking at price action, like what does this candle right here tell you guys? Yeah, it was dumpiness, especially if you're using Japanese candles, right? You can see though, look at this wick right here. Price action did find itself come all the way down here, but the vast majority of, am I in the way? Yeah, no, let me move this over. The vast majority of price action when you're looking at these guys, and this is all going to go into what we're going to talk about as far as making money and stuff. This kind of is why I'm stressing this so much, because we're going to talk about that in the later part after we talk a little bit more about Bitcoin. But the vast majority of price action is in the body of the candles. The quick wicks, that's why they call them wicks, they're there, but it's not true price action. It's not a true representation of the sentiment of the price at that moment for that time frame. We're on the daily time frame, so I do want to, I'll stress it to you guys again. For this candle during this day back here on January 24th, price action ranged from 37.7 all the way down, it was major, guys. It was major, 32.9. That's the move, right? That's the move. These guys right here, super happy about themselves about that candle wick. But as the day was unfolding, because you were being patient, you probably would have saw the vast majority of this body go down and back up and leave this wick. And the people that saw that retracement of the price action on the body of that candle, that's the people that actually made it, right? That took that initiative and was like, look, I'm seeing price action, true representation of price action start coming back up a little bit based on where this red candle was, based on the bottom of this red candle, which basically was the same, right? And then once the day went on, the later part of the day, and we got close, I'm sure, just like me and just like many other people, that people saw price action for the vast majority of the day was above the previous low for the bodies of the candles. And then what's the second signal? Look at this long wick right here, guys. This super big wick is telling us that we have buying support. We have strong support down here. We're not going to see this low. People were buying this up, and then boom, we were patient. We wanted to make sure we're not going to get faked out. The next day showed us vast majority of the price action was above this prior, above this two priors, and the wick wasn't as long. So again, we're seeing strong support. So when you want to buy a green candle, it's this candle. It's that candle based on the previous red candles. So you guys following? Are you guys getting it? Like, again, not financial advice. I'm just showing you guys the things that I look for when I make my moves. And this was a really good example. I was going to do this in the later part, but this is a great example since we're kind of segueing into it of what we're going to be talking about later, guys. This is the kind of things that I'm looking for. And people always ask me, why do you use Japanese candles and stuff like that? One, Market Cipher was built for it. And two, I like seeing everything. Everything. Show me everything you got. That's what I want to know, guys. Those are kind of things that I judge my entries by. Not only, obviously by zooming out and looking at previous support and or resistance in the past, which is really easy. Again, if people, again, if we saw this right here, just take a look at that, guys. Previous support. Yeah, the wicks, all wicks matter, but previous support and or resistance in the past, start deploying a DCA strategy. Okay. Previous price action right here has shown strong support for Bitcoin. So I'm going to start getting my feelers out there. I'm going to buy a little bit. And if I miss the absolute bottom, so be it. But I'm not going to get wrecked because I'm not pushing all of my chips on the table as well. I'm going to put my feeler out there. If it dips down more, I'll reinforce my position, maybe at the absolute bottom of these wicks and then so on and so forth. I got 2 more buys to really reinforce my positions. But guys, that's what these people are doing right here. I've been sharing this chart for Bitcoin for a long time, and it's been up for a long time in my Discord and for anybody that wants to see. And so far, it's held true, guys. This is what I think our bear market has been. Over the past year, we've basically gone sideways and have been in this price action movement, which again is it's just an accumulation zone. It's a huge accumulation zone. It has not been, there's been a lot of money being made within this zone. That's where you make a lot of money, right? Is in those sideways zones right here. The moments that it's really scary to me as an investor are those big parabolic angled moves straight up, right? Those are super scary because you don't know if they're sustainable. You don't know if they're maintainable. You don't know if they're going to last. You don't know any of that stuff. I'm looking for sustainability and slow and consistent growth. And if you're looking at a zoomed out time frame, of course, we're on the daily, we're zoomed out. This goes all the way back to the Corona dump right here, right? You can't see it. Yeah, there's my big head out of the way. You can't see it, or you can, right here, Corona dump. Guys, after having a huge move, this wasn't that long ago. It seems like forever, guys. But after having a huge move of over 1,602% to the upside, that was basically, we saw a little bit more up here after the summer dump or whatnot. But let's just say basically around 1,600% to the upside in less than 2 years, or 2 years. I don't say less than, it's been 2 years. That's massive. That is humongous. So what are we going to do? Again, what are we going to do after having a parabolic run? What are we going to do, guys? Well, we're going to go sideways and consolidate, call it a crab market, call it a bear market, call it whatever you want, but we're going to take a breather. We're going to take a breather. And that's all we've been doing throughout this whole past time right here on the charts. And what I'm seeing right now looks really, really good long term. Really, really good long term. But again, the environment, the landscape outside of the traditional market with the dollar, with war, with everything actually happening right now, you have to take those things into consideration. With that being into consideration, I've formulated what I think is a pretty good idea of realistically what we're facing during this crab market, during this pullback, sideways action, bear market, whatever you want to call it. This is our zone, this bigger box right here. This is our bear market that we've been kind of just ranging into after seeing mountaintop highs. This is our low of our bear market, current bear market. Realistically, we could come down to here. This is our safety net. You ever been to a circus and seen the trap, like those people, they're there. They're, realistically, they're just zoning through here, but you need to be smart, conservative, and put up that catch zone right here just to support all of your actions that you're taking up there. You might be a pro. You might feel like you have a good grip on things. You might actually think that you know what the market is going to do. But like I said before, that's when the market snaps those ropes. That's when you fall, and you want to have a support zone here to catch you, to keep you alive, and to realistically make you a ton of money. This is where you save the majority of your capital. This is where you have your reserve funds that you've set aside to make money with, to play with up there. But you want to have the vast majority of your wealth still down here, ready and waiting for those moments of doom, because you capitalize on moments of doom. That's what you do in this game, guys. But anyway, I'm kind of going on a rant with Bitcoin. It kind of segued into our whole discussion that I wanted to talk to you guys about, like how to make money, especially in the Cosmos ecosystem. We can make a lot of money with Bitcoin. We can make a lot of money with any one of these bullish protocols, right? Not all of them. Some of them are doo-doo. But like, if they're good fundamentally, tokenomic wise, they have strong use case, you can make a lot of money outside of the Cosmos ecosystem. Sure, I'm sharing with you guys that right now with Bitcoin. But I really, really love playing in the Cosmos ecosystem. And that's not the only reason why I love, and I'm a Cosmonaut through and through. I, for one, have said for a long time that I think interoperability, true interoperability, is the gate and the key to mass adoption. And if we want to see these huge parabolic runs for all of these assets, that is, like I said, the key and the gate for everything. I think honestly, with the protocol, IBC protocol, hence the name and everything like that, strongly believe in it. I really do think inevitably everybody is going to be linked together via IBC, via the Cosmos ecosystem. Hell, we've already just saw, like I said in yesterday's show, guys, Polkadot, Cosmos. It's only a matter of time until everything starts connecting like Legos to Cosmos. So again, guys, we're going to be jumping on into making money and how we go about doing that in the Cosmos ecosystem and why we choose that here in a little bit. But I just kind of want to rant a little bit and tell you guys what I'm realistically seeing for Bitcoin right now. There's a lot of hope. I want to see us break through. If we do, we can see this rise anywhere between 55 to 60. That's a realistic thing. And if we actually don't, we could just range right here between where we've been ranging in this upwards ascending wedge pattern. And if it just, defies everything, we could break down below and realistically see about $28,000 to $30,000 on the breakdown. We really could see that, guys. As you guys can see here, this would be somewhere around in May. We get through, just kind of ranging through April. Have this, that would be a good month. That still technically would fit what Nick and I have just shared with you guys. April being statistically, not a bad month for Bitcoin, but we could still just range throughout here and still have a pretty good month. Even altcoins might, if it's just going sideways and up a little bit, I might have, some freedom to run a little bit. That would still be technically a good month. But then again, if it leads through the rest of this wedge pattern and we see somewhere around May, we could break down here to the absolute low of right around $28,000 to $30,000 again. Kind of just lines up with what I've been sharing with you guys with our bear market here, and then just be on our way. Hopefully with everything else kind of settling down with the Fed already, implementing another rate hike that's hopefully not too bad. And then hopefully the conflict is being resolved, and, shipping supplies and all that stuff kind of come back to where they should be. That's like a realistic conservative view, at least my opinion or view of the market and what I'm looking at right now. I'm not overextending. I'm not overplaying myself. I did put on my play shoes, not my Jordans, not my Air Force Ones, none of that. I'm going to go outside and have fun in the sun while it's there, but I'm not, ignoring everything else. So I just kind of want to put that out there for you guys. Nick, did I miss anything? Anybody telling me I'm absolutely crazy? Do you concur, disagree with me at all?
I agree with you. I mean, it's still that in-between game. You don't really know. Up and down. Somewhere.
It really is finding that fine line. That's all it is with making money long term. Like, don't be in a rush. And we'll kind of segue into the rest of the the video and the topic of the day. But it really is. It's like one of the biggest rules is don't be in a rush. Don't overextend. Don't overplay yourself or the market as well. Don't overestimate yourself. Don't overestimate the market. Anything. Always be ready. Like I always say, the market only does 3 things. And when you keep that in mind, it's really simplistic. And keeping it simple is probably the best thing you could ever do when it comes to your money or preserving your wealth, is keeping that principle and the ideas and your goals very simplistic. Because when you start overextending and overplaying and overthinking, that's where you make a lot of errors, right? But when you keep it simple and you realize that we could either go sideways like we've been going sideways here, we could pump like we did here, or we could dump like we did here. There's the only 3 things: sideways, up, or down. Be ready at all times for all 3 scenarios to happen, and you'll be doing really good. Like that's the whole point, is to set yourself up to be, taking advantage of those situations no matter what. Like that's what happens. Then that's kind of like, I don't want to brag enough. That's where my portfolio is right now. No matter what happens, I'm good. Right? I'm super, super good. I'm not stressed out. I'm not overextended. I'm making passive income, and I'm ready for all things. I'm watching people knock it out the park, and I'm also watching people strike out. But for me, I'm base hitting, and I'm in the game, and that's the thing that matters, right? I'll let other people take me into the home plate. I'll let other people swing for the fence. That's all good. As long as I'm sitting on a base, that's all that matters to me. Don't try to be the star. Just try to be the one benefiting from the star. What happened here? What's going on? Taking off things on I'm seeing like little dots on my chart that's bugging me. Anyway, guys, we're going to go on into, excuse me one second. You guys ever have headphones in and then like your ear starts itching, the inner part of your ear? I'm like, oh, there's an itch. I'm dying inside. I need to itch it. I've been talking to you guys the whole time with a little itch in my ear, and I'm like, oh, I need to get it. Sorry, not professional at all. Let's go on into a couple of things real quickly that's happening in the crypto space. And then let's jump into how we make money, what we look for, guys. Let's go in. Nope, that's just me searching for stuff. That's just the Bitcoin logs. We'll leave that up. Where is my stuff? I'm so all over the place, guys. Oh, here. I wanted to talk about this, guys. How many of you guys saw this tweet out there? I got a little bit of attention out there. I don't follow this gentleman, Mikey. I should probably follow you, though. I probably will follow you. I'm going to follow you. You're a cosmonaut. I think you should be followed. Followed, my friend. How do you guys feel about this? We've forked Cosmos Hub 3 times now. Cosmos Hub 4 is the chain ID currently. This has happened many times with Cosmos, not just on the hub. Why don't we do this? And look, Jack is even saying this would be the move. I know, I get, there's also some, correct me if I'm wrong, gang, community, guys, people, tell me. Because I was focused elsewhere trying to get this content ready for you guys. But I saw development happening where they were saying that they were pushing forward to implement 16. Basically now that, Mr. CCN has basically refused to play ball with us. Is that true? Did I see that? Am I mistaken about that? I saw that briefly while we were getting ready. And, honestly, like I said yesterday, I'm at the point where it's like, let's just burn. Let's just take, burn, give back, or do something. But let's do something, please. Because use Apple earbuds, can't stand headphones. I can't. I got big ears, and like these Logitech ones are the only ones that are huge that fit my big ears. So maybe I should use earbuds. What do you feel? What do you feel like, Nick? Do you feel like a fork would be great? Are you guys all about forking it, or are you guys wanting to still burn it, or like? I know I've asked this a bunch of times, but as things are developing, oh, I'm right, Don. Or did they? So they said that. I can't. Wait, I wish I could find it. I'm gonna try Core 1. They probably didn't put it out there, but
I'm saying fork it. Go ahead, fork it. It would benefit us more than keeping it on the same chain. Maybe they can do some little updates. And it would probably kill off a lot of people who might have done the same thing, by the way. So
I don't see it. I can't. So does anybody have? If you guys have, I think you guys. If you guys want to, if you guys can't post links, I thought that you guys could, but if you guys can't post links, you guys can definitely send it to Nick and I. If you guys have that, I would definitely like to bring it up. Shoot it on over to us so Nick can send it to me or whatnot. So we'll talk about it. I honestly, I didn't have a chance to take a look at it because, you know, we were getting ready for everything else and things are already always developing and it's hard to keep up with. But of course, since we're here on the page, guys, if you guys haven't read this, go and take a look at the Juno Network Twitter account. We did just have an upgrade. Guys. So, and that's bullish. I really do think even through all of this, guys, again, just my opinion, you protect yourself at all times. That's the 100%. That's the only thing I care about is you guys protecting yourselves and making sure you're at profits at all times. I'm not mad at you if you sell. I'm not mad at you if you're doubtful. I'm not mad at you if you got to do what you got to do. But for me, I'm not selling a thing. I've been just staking. I've been compounding multiple times a day. I'm not ignoring the fundamentals, the tokenomics, the idea, the essence of what Juno was when it first launched. Just because we have bad actors that come and try to wreck the party, you know, I do think that eventually once it does get resolved and settled, regardless of how that happens, that we will be on our way. That's my conviction. That's my thoughts about it. So again, I'm still very, very bullish for Juno, the Juno network. I don't care about my personal opinions anymore about the individuals. I mean, I do, but I'm not going to like sit on those as far as my money investing goes, guys. I'm going to stick with facts, not emotions. And I buy what's been presented, buy what's, you know, out there structurally for Juno. I still am very, very bullish long-term for Juno. So I'm not diluting my compounding rewards or my power to compound my rewards. I'm not doing any of that stuff. I'm actually just looking. Let me bring this up real quick. Can we look, I'm going to put this out there for you guys. Can we get together? If anybody out there is a lot smarter than me when it comes to like developing things and implementing, information, can we get together and partner and make a place where we can literally chart like we could chart on TradingView for Juno and some of these other, like I know I could go to CoinGecko right now, but like I want my tools. Can we get something going here, guys, please? I want my tools. I want's what I want. Dang it, guys. Right now, I mean, let me take it over to you guys right here. Oops, let me take it over for you guys right here. Right. Oh, that's not what I want to take over. Right. No. Showing you guys the live stream. Where is my goodness gracious, Tank? What are you doing? I don't even know anymore. What am I doing here? Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. It hid for me. It's just, come here, you guys. Right now, as you guys can see, $28.16. I mean, we're dipping down. I told you guys I'm looking for here. I haven't made any moves as far as reinvesting goes because honestly, to be honest with you guys, and I full transparency, I bought here. Like it is what it is. That's why it's easy for me to say this because I'm so far away, even with this recent pullback that like, you know, whatever. But like, honestly, I'm really looking for the bottom here, right around 25 to right around here, which would be 15 to like, you know, $20. That's what I'm looking for as far as like, if I'm going to pull the trigger again and really load up, that's what I'm looking for. Not financial advice, just letting you guys know that's what I'm looking for right there. I'm really looking for, you know, those levels of true support and or resistance, because if you go here again, yeah, we had parabolic rise. I think this was the Bitstamp buy. I don't know if it was Bitstamp. It was a exchange buy, I think, that we got right here. And then we had another rally right here. But like this, again, the angles, right? The angles don't play out for me, guys. It's a strong angle, usually not as sustainable, maintainable. Yes, we did have sideways action right here, but then we had another strong angle happen again. So again, with those angles that happen, even if it's fun to ride that ride up, we usually get that same angle or price depreciation on the charts inevitably at some point. So I'm like, even regardless, without all of this well issue and stuff like that on Juno's chart, like I'm not surprised, and I was ready for this no matter what. So that's why I keep telling myself, like, Tank, you knew this was going to happen for the next couple of years. Like, you know, it's going to go up, it go down. What was the plan? Just compound. That should be in a wrap. Yeah. But that's what I'm looking at right now, guys. And I'm still long-term bullish. Again, long-term bullish for Juno and everything else. Let me go back because I'm all over the place. I'm sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. Unprofessional. Let me know what you guys, where are you guys looking? Are you guys dumping your bags? Or are you guys looking for a certain zone to buy more? You guys tell me, where are you guys looking?
Looking for that $20 retest.
Are you looking for $20 to are you planning, Nick, on re-upping?
Might reinforce a little bit. Not like throw the whole bag at it, but like,
yeah. Well, yeah, definitely. When you've already bought low, like we bought, like, yeah, that makes sense. But come on, guys, where are you guys looking? You bought more? Did you buy more just recently? 22 USD to buy more, still compounding, waiting for, but yep. See, like, I'm glad we're still on the with all this, you know, with all this stuff that we're dealing with and all that. Like, I'm glad to hear that the vast majority of the people that are actively taking part in conversation, because, you know, like crypto Twitter, like anything, right? Like, it's full with people that hide behind screens and like are really emotional and like, wow, they never go down. I'm selling it all. Like, I don't believe nothing. Like, I'm not making fun of you guys. Like, but it's so, like, you see that everywhere. Like, no, blah, 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 blah. But like the people that I've at least come across, you know, obviously on our platform and stuff like that, have, I think, similar views like I share about things, and it's refreshing to see that. I really do think, you know, regardless, I think that we'll be okay, guys. We'll be okay. Let's move on. Though. I also saw, correct me if I'm wrong, we're so far behind because we want to talk about, you know, the important stuff, how we gonna make money, how are we making money. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I could have swore maybe it was DeFi Times and the Friends validator that did this. I think it was. Hold on, let me search it right now. Friend. How did they do that? Friends validator. Everybody with their nifty little ways that they say things like friend, when, all that stuff. Like, hey, let's just speak English. I'm just, I'm all about it, guys. I like it. I like, so I'm just teasing. But I could have swore they put something out here. They put something out here about EVMOS. Yeah, right here. I don't know. Again, has anybody confirmed this? I wasn't able to confirm it because I was like trying to get online and, you know, deal with everything else. Is EVMOS relaunching on the second week of April? Is EVMOS relaunching on the second week? Who's bullish still on EVMOS?
Who's that?
What's EVMOS? What is REC? Seriously, like I'm still very hopeful. I'm very hopeful, but like I've said many times before, right? Like, everything looks great on paper. Everything looks good in theory, but you got to be able to implement, execute, and put out. That's the biggest thing. Is it, guys? Yes. Second week of April. Something else to think about in April. More bullish news, guys. Still bullish. Just like Brent said, still bullish myself, guys. It's what you gonna do with my old stuff, though? What you gonna do with my old stuff? I need to look into it. Somebody help me. Tell me what we're gonna do with the old stuff. Second week, not getting airdrop, so I have not been. Chad, you still keep up with it. Nothing changed, but we'll take off slower, maybe because of the delays or problems. I'm gonna have to look into it. I better not be losing my airdrop. Who did any of you guys? Were any one of you guys able to partake in those humongous rewards like for the first day? I got a little bit, but I didn't catch like the cream of the crop. But still, I was like, ooh, don't take it from me. Guys, next thing I want to talk about real quickly, guys. And again, I'm watching this closely as well. Could be turn out something really cool. It's all about, how they drop and how they implement and how they execute. Again, talking about Crescent here, guys. If you guys want to check out the Crescent test network, this is what it looks like right here, guys. This is what it looks like right here. You can kind of just play around with it or whatnot and see what it's going to be like. Staking. Whoo. Give me. You know, let me see here. You can farm. What does this look like right here? What is this? Oh. What is this? Oh my gosh. Is that, no, that can't be real. Is that real? Does that say 1,000, Nick? Does that say 1,000?
The screen's delayed.
Don't be flirting with me with the 1,000. Wait, when I talk, so this is how new we are to like everything, right? We're not professionals and stuff.
Ooh.
When I talk, are you guys seeing it in like real time, or is it delayed? Do I just sound?
No, they have it in real time. Okay. I don't have it in real time.
I was like, wait a minute, that's not good. 1,000? Give me that. I caught some, but not the max. Oh man, I wish I did on EVMOS. Yeah, restarting from Genesis. If not for thread, I'm gonna have to look into it, Bren. Guys. I just want to give a quick little hats off to not only just Bren, but like all of you guys. I want to say this about all of you guys. You guys have been so beneficial and helpful. A lot of you guys send us messages and send us links and stuff like that. Like Bren, I just want to tip my hat to him though. He reached out to us and just asked on his own if there was a way that he could actually help out and, you know, contribute to what we're trying to do for the Cosmos ecosystem, what we're trying to do for the community. And I just want to say, thanks, Bren. You're doing a great job. Like he comes up and like shares and sends me stuff, all Nick and stuff, myself, stuff all the time. So I just real quick, you know, give him a round of applause, guys. He's really putting in the effort, like a lot of us, not just singling him out, but I am. All of you guys are fantastic, but just want to give a great kudos real quick to Bren. Guys, we're going to talk about APRs in a second, but I want to share with you guys, if you guys want to play around with the Crescent test network, do so, guys. It looks, this could be something juicy. Look at this. I'm telling you right now, you want to get in on some of these platforms like Juno Swap, when they come out with Raw, whenever we get Raw. Does anybody have any information about Raw either? When it comes out, guys, you want to be the early ones playing around. It doesn't matter because, again, like we're going to talk about some of the principles about farming APRs and stuff like that. The early bird catches the worm, right? You don't want to stay in that field when, you know, everything else wakes up and the cat wakes up and just finds you out there trying to get worms and stuff like that. So you definitely want to be making your moves, but you want to be eyeballing things when they first drop, because you could possibly, I don't know if Crescent's going to give 1,000% APR, but I can tell you what now, if you guys got the Nomic airdrop and you guys were compounding those frequently, like I tell you guys all the time, you guys were able to really like double, even triple your guys' initial bags or your investments or your allocations that you got because you guys were early. So don't ignore things like that. I just wanted to kind of put that out there for you guys, because it's all about making money, and you guys could possibly be able to make quite a bit of money if you guys play the Crescent network drop correctly. Just like anything, it's all about how you implement it and how you guys, you know, play your cards. But I just want to share with you guys the table and the playgrounds for you guys to play in, and the opportunities that are there for you guys to do so. Going into that topic, I think it's about time. Unless anything is.
Can I just mention something?
Yeah.
Check your Discord. I have a very interesting link that I was just made aware of, by the way.
What are we talking about, Cletus? What are we talking about?
It is the data for NETA and who holds the most NETA.
Hold up.
The accumulation is real, by the way.
Oof. This guy has 137 of it? Holy.
There's a guy right above him, 261.
Oh my gosh. Well, shout out to, was it Hangsbird on Twitter? Guys, he's super, is this him? This could be him. Like, I know he's a, okay, the mid-range is about 50.
This is only the first page.
Yeah, but I'm trying to see, like, how do we get on the first page? I think you're doing good if you're on the second page, right? They increased it. Is this arrow like they? Oh my gosh.
They have it by ranking.
Oh my gosh. Increased it by 14. Increased it by 11. By 15. On the first page, guys. These people are buying it in the last 48 hours. 17. Hold on. 1 second. Remember when I always tell you guys swim with the whales? Remember I always tell you guys that swim with the whales? Do what they do. Don't overextend yourself though. Please don't do that. Hold on 1 second. I don't want to dox myself, guys. I'm trying to. Oh, it's like right around epoch time, so it's taking so long. Come on, dude.
You got 2 hours till epoch, man.
What? What? Oh, yeah, I forgot time change. Time change. Hold on, guys. What is it right now? What is NETA right now? What is NETA right now?
It is 673.78.
Meh. So how much is 2? If I want to buy 2 of them right now, how much is it?
It's about $1,200, $1,300.
Swappy. Fully transparent. I tell you guys that all the time. I just bought me 2 NETA. I don't know. Might be a bad one. Might be a good one. I think it's a good one. We're going to leave that there, though. We're going to leave that there. Boom.
I wonder if they can find my address on there.
Boom. That's interesting. That is interesting. Love it. I love it. So I actually still have some NETA in my Juno swap as well. Guys, when NETA first dropped, dude, guys, that like I basically got the max for it, and like I took profits, converted it a lot to Juno, and I'm super happy about that. Yeah, don't sleep on NETA. Don't sleep on NETA or Ion. But going into everything, that's super cool, guys. If you guys want to know, message Nick. You can maybe put that in chat or whatnot, or send it to you guys.
Yeah, I'll put it in chat.
That's super cool. Super cool. Let me go here real quick. And let me sign back out real fast. Leave this up here since we're going to talk about it, guys. So again, earlier, we were talking about and what we really want to get into today about how to make money and the things that we look for as far as getting into projects, protocols, or investments that have long-term profit potential, right? So in this last segment of it all, I want to talk to you guys about how I go about doing that, like how I look at projects that I find interesting, and how I go about navigating those waters to make sure that I get into great positions, like I've done in the past, that are very beneficial. So I want to share with you guys the things that I look for and how I look for them, and it might not be in any particular order, but it's definitely key core things that never change for me. I want to share with you guys how I go about doing that. And then also, since me and Nick, we're very similar in a lot of ways, but we definitely have strategies that we implement differently. Even though a lot of principles are very, very similar, the execution, like I say, it's always about execution, and how you implement things are a little bit different. But he's a very, very profitable person as well. With his investment. So I want to kind of bounce things off with him as well. And you know what, we should have, it's always hindsight thinking, right? You know what would have been really cool if we could have got like maybe 1 or 2 people to come in on the Discord and maybe talk about it as well, and like we could pick their brains in this stream. That would have been really cool. If you guys are you guys part of the Discord group yet? We want to start doing that. I've been saying that for a while. I would love to get people's, please keep in mind, obviously we're live, and we are trying to do our best to grow. So please don't go crazy and start talking about crazy stuff if we ever get you guys on the show. If you do, you're out, and you never come back again. But like, I would love to get people, Nick, on here and actually have them come on and talk about what they're dealing with, their concerns, maybe in their own personal portfolio, and pick their brains about stuff. Like that would be really, really cool. But if you guys are in our Discord, maybe we can test it out today, Nick. What do you think? Like maybe not spend too long on it, but bring like 1 or 2 people that are in the Discord that maybe want to talk about stuff that they find in their own portfolio or have questions about.
Yeah, I think that'd be pretty cool.
We're going to do a feeler test. I've been talking about it for a long time. If you guys are part of our Discord, It's really simple. You'll see me and Nick. It's locked rooms, obviously, because we're on the air. It's like, being in a studio. We're on air. Don't talk to me right now. You see me? I'm on the mic.
You're a superstar.
You superstar. You stupid star. But let Nick know. If honestly, we won't do it for everybody. So again, I apologize if we don't pick you guys or whatnot. But come to the Discord. Go to the general. Just hang out there, obviously, while we're going about the stream. And send Nick a message, kind of give him a heads up about what we might be talking about, so he knows you're not like a crazy or anything like that. And then we'll kind of just discuss, like, not, take too long. I just want to put that out there. But, if you guys have like 1 or 2 questions you guys want to pick our brains about or want to discuss, I would love to do that, because again, it's all about you guys, right? None of this stuff matters, without you guys. So let's try to do it. Let's try to do it. Moving on though. So going into how I like to make money. First and foremost, this a lot for me, at least, has a lot to do with time in the market. I think that's a super valuable thing to always keep in the back of your mind if you're considering yourself at all in any kind of shape, form, or fashion an actual true investor. And I'm calling people out right now. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to hold my punches. There's a lot of people out there in the space that want to say they're investors, but like the definition of an investor is somebody that can literally sit back on their hands sometimes and decide not to move. Like that, to be an investor, you need to have time to invest. And in my personal opinion, when you're investing and you really want to see the fruits of your labor, things actually come to fruition on your investments, you need to give yourself at minimum, so long as things don't fundamentally or drastically change in the world, 2 years at minimum. Anything less than that, guys, just call yourself a long-term trader, because you're not really investing, because investing, especially in technology, takes time. Technology, even though it's very, very quick on a lot of different aspects, in the space, development does take time. True development that's going to actually bear fruits on your investment and stuff like that. That's why they have that saying, invest in technology that has the potential to change the world, and then sit back and give that technology or investment time to actually change the world. It doesn't happen overnight. So I just kind of want to put that out there for you guys. When I talk, for my personal opinion, might be a little different for Nick, but when I give you guys these thoughts, this is where I'm coming from. That's always in the back of my mind. The position that I am in right now was not built in one swing. Rome was not built in a day. Like it. Not that I say that I'm like some kind of empire or anything like that, but you guys get what I'm saying. So that's where I'm coming from when I tell you guys the things that I'm looking for. I just want to put that out there for you guys. Now, the first thing that I'm looking for is, first, let's talk about farming and LPing. What I'm looking for is a platform. The first thing I'm looking for is a platform. And obviously we're cosmonauts, so we're on the OSMOSIS platform. It's the best platform in by far, in my opinion, not just in the Cosmos space, but like any space right now in crypto. If you guys, excuse me, I was going to say, I'm not trying to like do that, like the kind of thing. I was like really trying to cough, but like, unless you guys actually think there's any better space, which there actually might be, but even if there is, I'd probably bet that it's somehow, some way connected to Cosmos in some fashion or some form. Like I'm really eyeballing a lot of stuff happening in Terra right now. I'm even eyeballing some other ecosystems, but they've also implemented or in the works of enabling IBC or connections or bridges through Cosmos. And I think that has a lot to do with why they're seeing so much bullish attention. But anyway, that's just my opinion. The reason why I really like Osmosis, one, is like I've been saying, there's no fees. So you want to go to a platform like centralized exchanges, like everybody always says on YouTube, right? If you're on a DEX, if you're a leverage trader or whatever, you want to go where the fees are low, because that's where any of these platforms make money. That's where any of these protocols make money, is on the fees. You are the product. Your money is the product. They don't care about your investment at all. I don't know why I'm shaking this. They don't care about your guys' investment at all. They care about user number and how many transactions they can get on their platform. That's how they make money. Transaction fees. So I'm looking for a platform that first has fees. If you guys have, that's why. If you guys have a piece of paper and a pen, Write this down. Seriously, this is like real stuff. Look for a platform that is beneficial when it comes to fees. Right now, we all know it costs me nothing. Nothing basically. We're talking rubbing pennies together to make swaps or transactions on Osmosis. That's super, super powerful and super, super beneficial when it comes to your bottom dollar amount. You know, when you're really trying to take everything into account, you need to really keep that in mind. How much am I being eaten alive with fees? They're like mosquitoes. You might not recognize that they're there, but after a while, it sucks. You realize that you just got ate, and you don't want that to happen. So fees, first and foremost. Where's the best place that I can go and transact on that has the most beneficial fee schedule or fee system for me to transact on? Right now, that's Osmosis. Show me another place that has as low as fees with quick transaction times, and I'm there. But right now, it's Osmosis. So that's the first thing, right? The second thing I'm looking for is, again, tokens that are on those platforms that have good use cases, good tokenomics, and good fundamentals. I'm looking for the amount of tokens that I can actually, like, if I go here, again, I'm not fighting anything. If I go here to Crescent, again, this could be anything. This could be any platform, right? But if I go to Crescent right here, there's really just a handful that I could actually swap or be into or invest into, right? Like there's only a few of them right now. There's their Crescent token. There's their pairing with Atom Crescent. There's UST. Obviously, you need to have an onboarding of, a stable or, fiat money, USD. Obviously, we're in DeFi, so it's going to be UST is my choice. That's my choice. You do you. We have Luna, but you guys get it. We only have like 3 or 4 of them right now that we can actually interact with. So what is the scope of the platform? That's what I'm looking for, guys. I'm looking for fees, and what's the scope as far as my investment opportunities token-wise that are out there on the platform. If you go back to Osmosis, again, guys, you guys already know this, right? We can go to the assets, look at, and it's just gonna keep coming in, guys. It really is just gonna keep coming in. There's tons and tons of them right now on Osmosis. If you guys go outside of the Cosmos ecosystem, of course, we all know, you could have gone to Uniswap back in its heyday. It has tons of Ethereum-based tokens out there. There's, but you gotta remember, it's permissionless, just like Juno, right? Like it's permission. You're gonna get tons of bad actors, poop coins, that's everything. I can't. There's so many out there. I can't even think of a name, but you're gonna get all of them out there. And just like kind of like we're seeing right now, it's starting to happen for Osmosis. We're seeing CW20 tokens, which is the Juno-based tokens, start flowing in to Osmosis as well. So again, we're going to see more and more protocols, built in the Cosmos ecosystem, built, with Cosmos tech. And then also we're going to see a lot of CW20 tokens now that we have permissionless Juno being listed on these dexes in the Cosmos space. So again, just kind of going into that, Osmosis is seeing an influx, a really big push of more and more tokens for you to transact with, which right now, again, 0 fees, right? And fast swapping times between all of them. It doesn't really matter if it's, a CW20 or not. It's really, really quick in comparison to Juno dexes and stuff that other competitors that are out there right now. So again, not trying to just give you guys and show you guys Osmosis, but I'm letting you guys know Osmosis is the most ideal place right now, in my opinion, to be transacting on and making money. You could even do it spot wise and make a killing, but I'll go into that in just a second. Just because of the amount of tokens that are out there and the amount of development, because when I'm looking at these tokens, I'm also thinking about development, which leads me into my next point, guys. The next thing that I'm looking for is I'm looking for the development within the tokens that I'm bullish on. So again, guys, I found a platform with good transaction fee schedules for me to transact on. I found a platform that has a plethora of tokens for me to go in and out of, which again is just options. The more options you have, the better. The more fluid you can be on the field to stick and move, the better, guys. You don't want to be limited to your small little box of like maybe 4 or 5 coins or 4 or 5 projects with high swap fees and stuff like that. Right now, there's a number of places to stick and move on Osmosis. So again, guys, I'm fluid. I'm able to go in and out in a different development. And when I'm looking at all of these tokens, like I said, all of them have different teams. Some of them are intermingled, but they all have different developments. They all have different tokenomics. They all have different developers working right now. And that's the next thing that I'm looking for, guys. So I'm looking for, if all of those things line up, if I'm interested in a token, what do the developers look like? Who are the developers? What have they done in the past? What kind of engagement do they have with their community, with their base? Are they actively putting stuff out there on Twitter? Are they engaging? Are there, going into the next point, is their community engaging back with them? I don't want to pull up any, I could, but I don't want to pull up any examples right now, but I think you guys already understand. I could pull up great examples, but I don't want to put, a narrative out there or flood anybody when I don't need to. But you can see there's projects that are out there, even in the Cosmos space, that they try to engage, but they're just not getting that feedback or that that reciprocated engagement or reciprocation from their community as well on their platforms. And do you want to jump into there? Do you want to get in on that? Like, no, you want to go where there's activity. If you've ever gone past a car dealership and you've seen before where they put up balloons on their cars, it could be even last year's car, it could be the new cars, but they put those balloons up there because it's a mental thing. The more that you see things or perceive things to be busy, the more value that those items have. So if you have balloons and people, I'm telling you guys, salesmen are told on car lots to stand outside and look busy and walk around because it looks like there's things happening there, and people gravitate towards busyness. People gravitate towards where things look busy because they perceive it to be valuable. So even if the token is slipping in tokenomics or fundamentals, if they are perceived to be busy, people will gravitate towards it. It's kind of like the Doge effect. Let's be honest with you guys. It's kind of like the Doge effect that we had. If it's busy, people don't care. All of that stuff gets thrown out the window. They'll throw money at stuff that just looks like it's busy because it's perceived as valuable. So I'm looking for community and social engagement, guys. I'm looking for things on top of all those other previously that look to be engaging. That's very, very valuable and things that you guys don't want to ignore. So selling counts of so I can't look, I'll get off topic. So I'm looking for those things. Again, fee schedules. I'm looking for platform with the amount of tokens that I can get in and out of because I want to be able to move fluidly in the platform. I'm also looking for, on top of tokenomics and fundamentals, which of course you need to look at the same time when you're looking at those tokens. Guys, I'll kind of get into that in a little bit right after I make my point. And then I'm also looking for developer and social engagement. Is it being reciprocated? Is it being put out there by their team, by the people developing? Is it actually being, taken in well by the community? I'm looking for those four things first. And then again, no particular order. Like I just said, I'm also, if I find any of those things at all intriguing, I want to see what the tokenomics look like. That's a big, big deal. That's a humongous deal. Let me go back right here and just bring this up since it's been such a hot topic, right? And we've talked about this. I made a video over and over. Like, if you guys don't know why I'm super bullish about Juno, please do yourself a favor. Go watch my playlist. There's a video in there specifically where I talk about why I think people should at least have themselves some Juno or some exposure to Juno long-term, not financial advice, just my opinion. But if we go here to the docs, this is such a beautiful, much better page than before. But if you guys go to the docs here and you guys just do some research about your tokens, the origin story alone, right? You guys know, if you guys don't know, I don't know where you guys been, but not to stay too long here, it's been a community driven push from the very get-goes of how Juno has arisen from the ashes and basically come from nothing from the community. So it's a real grassroots movement. It really has they tried their best. Guys, don't come at me with pitchforks right now. I know we're dealing with the whale, CNCN, and stuff like that. But they tried their best to kind of exclude front running. They tried their best to exclude, seed cells and all that other stuff. They really tried to make it for the people, by the people when they launched. Although we know what we're dealing with, it's a shame. You can't be 100% all the time. Like, things slip through. Obviously, this is a big slip. But the origin story was great. So, and then you go into the tokenomics, or actually I should first say, then you go into what is the protocol that I'm trying to invest or make money on doing? Like, you got to ask yourself that. You got to get into those things. What is it trying to solve? It's like, when I look at protocols here, I'm not just looking at pools like high APRs and stuff like that. I first want to know, all about that protocol. What is it trying to do? Is it trying to do something different in the crypto space? Is it trying to refurbish something that was already done in the ETH ecosystem with a different angle, with with better scalability or better tokenomics? What is it trying to do? Is it something that's actually exciting or actually might change the landscape? You got to look at those things. Don't just go, oh look, number go up, I'm getting in on that. What is it trying to accomplish? And then you guys want to read, how are they going to accomplish this? What's their roadmap? What is their token structure like? Going back to my whole thing about Juno. Then we're going to go into, it's a smart contract, permissionless smart contract application. Oh, it's much like Ethereum. It's permissionless. Anybody can build. Who can build on it? Not just a select few of the developers. You can build using, again, this is the Cosmos space. So I'll just say it's the best place to build on if you're a developer, if you're, at all interested in blockchain development and stuff like that. I'm not that nerdy, but I do know it's the best place to scale and build a blockchain. Again, just my humble opinion. But then you go into that. So what's the economic or token value? What's the structure look like for the incentive structure? Again, the reason why I did so well, and a lot of other people have done so well and believe in Juno, guys, is the inflation schedule right here is insane. This is why I keep telling you guys, for the first 3 years, why do you guys think the whale and everybody else is fighting so hard, guys, for Juno? This first 3 years is insane as far as the tokenomics go. It doesn't even matter if it's down right now or not, though. Like, the first year, which we're still in, is at a 40% inflation schedule. We're almost to the second year. Which is going to get cut down by 20%. And then we're going to get cut down after the third year by another half, right? So we're going to go down from 20 to 10%. That just makes it harder and harder to come by. The first 3 years are the most bullish and most powerful time to compound your bags. Guys, not even taking into account the next 8 phases going on, which just go down by percent after, right? But guys, this inflation token schedule is insanely bullish. I've shared with you guys many times before. If you guys do your homework, and you guys see something special like this, go and take a look at stakely.io. Again, stakely.io. I'm going to reach out to you. We've been talking about it. I'm going to have you on the show. They're validated, but they also have a great platform here. Do the math, guys. Do the math for your long-term holds. By what I'm seeing, I'm not giving you guys financial advice, but what I'm seeing right here, just based on the token structure, guys, I could, and where I entered, I should say that I could sit back, compound, and be far ahead of my initial investment, especially since I've already realized my initial investment, and not worry about a thing with Juno. So I'm looking for things like that as far as token structure. I'm looking for inflation rates. I'm looking for, what is their annualized return. You can see this right here on stakely.io. You can see the annualized return that you get. Guys, if it's over 100%, if it's a triple digit jump, that's what I'm looking for, guys. I'm looking for things to align in the stars. I'm looking for tokenomics, token structure, fundamentals. I'm looking for engagement by their devs. I'm looking for acceptance by the community. I'm looking for fee schedules. I'm looking for platforms. How many times can I go in and out? Also, this is a big to do. Do they have a stable coin to off ramp to? Do they have a protection net where I can get in and out of, before UST came here, guys, you were having to convert into the most stable thing you could possibly get into, which still, exposes you to volatility. Right now, again, we have UST here, which we also have, other stables as well, like euro and stuff like that. We do have other stables here as well, but we have UST, which is in high demand right now. So you guys want to get into a place where you can, stick and move, and then get in your corner and sit in a safety zone, right? And right now, Osmosis has that. So those are the kind of things that I'm looking for as far as liquidity pools and jumping in and out and making money on those kind of platforms. I know I said a lot, so hopefully, like I said, you guys brought your piece of paper and you guys were writing that down. But seriously, that's what you guys need to really look at when you're getting into farming liquidity. There's a couple of things that I can go in more detail when it comes to farming liquidity, like when you're getting into pools. But I want to take a quick second and talk to Nick. Nick, what do you think about that? Do you have anything you want to add, or?
No, you nailed it on that, man. I do the same research you do. So it's like, It's the only way to do it. Only way.
It really is, in my humble opinion. If you're not doing that and you're jumping into these liquidity pools, y'all are crazy. Y'all are just really, even if you're knocking it out the park, you're really just swinging and hoping you connect with the ball. You really need to actually, do that kind of homework and calculate your moves. It takes patience. It really does take patience, and it does take some dedication. But that's what you guys like. If you're doing it any other way, you're really just taking swings and you're guessing and just hoping to hit it out the park. You need to be killers. You guys need to be calculated, methodical, like intellectual killers when it comes to your money, and make moves that are going to be striking those vital nerves, those kill spots on the charts or in the pools. When you make your moves count, is what I'm trying to say. Make them brutal, make them count, make them like one hitter quitters, and not have, like I said with Juno. I'm not patting myself on the back or trying to, whatever. I made that move right at the bottom. I don't care what happens. Like I said, you want to put yourself into a position where whatever, I'm good. Things go up, things go down. I'm compounding. That's the sound. It's the name of the game. I'll be around. Look at that rhyme. I just rhyme. Move over, Jay-Z, Eminem. I'm just joking. I'm gonna go sit down now. But like seriously, you want to put yourselves in those kind of positions where it's like, okay, I can deal with volatility. I can deal with growing pains, stuff like that. Like those are the things that I was lucky and fortunate enough, because it's still a bit of a risk game, right? Things could launch, don't get implemented well, or launch well. Number could still go down to zero. Seen it time and time again. But you take those calculated moves and you take educated guesses based on your homework, and that's really what saves you guys. That's what saves you guys. Now, leading into that, again, hopefully you guys are finding this very, very intriguing and beneficial, because this isn't like the flashy, like catch everybody's attention and just move on kind of thing. This is the stuff that makes people money. Though. So moving on though, and segueing into the next point that I want to discuss when it comes to farming liquidity pools is impermanent loss is real. It's super. I don't care how much that APR is, that APY is. It's a real thing that is going to affect your portfolio. Hands down, it's going to. Let's take right now. This is a great pool right now. Oops, I didn't mean to click it. The Juno Osmo pool, right? It's a great pool right now. Just on face value alone, you're looking at all of them. They're like 50%, 15%. Guys, if you guys were in osmosis, again, I didn't even like the very, very beginning get to do that, but like I saw 500% on some of these things, like on all of these pools all over the place at a time. It was fun. It was early bird catches the worms, right? Like you get to play before everybody else comes into the pool. It's great. It's so much fun. But right now, a lot of things are down. So we're really hunting those good APRs. We're trying to like really be killers when it comes to those APRs. Right now, the Juno pools, 479 and 478. Or I'm sorry, 497 and 498, excuse me, dyslexia kicking in, are still really, really, juicy when you look at it at face value. It has 139 for this Osmo pool. It has 89 for this Atom pool. And I think they still do have external incentives on top of that going on for just a little bit longer. But yeah, you're seeing some really good returns right now. But with impermanent loss, going back to my point, being a real thing, you guys have to understand, and before you enter, ask yourself, if I get into this pool, because we have to split 50-50, what am I, but I lost it. Juno right here. Dang it, I clicked it again. We have to ask ourselves, what coin am I trying to accumulate more of? Yes, I want both of them to, ideally go up together. That would be great. But in the case that it doesn't, what am I actually trying to accumulate more of? Am I trying to accumulate more Juno? Am I trying to accumulate more Osmo? Because if number go down, like right now with Juno going down, again, I wish I saved my spreadsheet that I had a lot before, but my total amount is going to not be the same as when I entered. It's going to fluctuate up and or down depending on each coin's price. So you have to ask yourself, if I enter this pool, which one am I really trying to go after, and which one am I going to be okay with if number go down on one of these. Of course, Juno right now is facing huge impermanent loss on this pool, right? So am I okay with stacking more Osmo in value and risking my Juno to get into this pool for the sake of 131% APR? Yeah, you're going to get that external incentive on top that Juno is providing. I made a lot of my Juno as well, farming early, by the way. I just got to, transparency, farming these pools. I told Nick and a bunch of other the buddies that were in the Discord at the time, I was like, yeah, I'm sticking here. I'm doing it. A lot of Juno. But it's not the same anymore. It's not the same pool. It's not the same price point. It's not the same ecosystem. Not the same ecosystem. Not the same environment. So you got to ask yourself that when you guys are entering these, is the risk that you're taking, or being the capital that you're providing to enter this pool, worth the impermanent loss that one or more of these tokens are currently facing from when you enter it for the APR that I'm chasing, or the external incentive that I'm also chasing and trying to gather? You have to ask yourself that. What does the environment look like? What does it look like right now? Is it worth it? So right now, even though trying to draw this to a conclusion, I love me my Juno. I'm not, not selling none of it, not funding any of this. I'm not telling you not to do things either, not financial advice. But for me personally, when I look at this pool, which has the highest APR, external incentives still attached to it, not the best pool, in my opinion, to be farming right now, because we're seeing downwards movement for Juno. It's offsetting what I'm trying to do. I don't think it's actually, in my humble opinion, keeping up with the current price decrease versus the reward APR that I'm trying to farm in that pool. Now, if we hit the bottom, yeah. I mean, it could be any day now, but we have to find out, again, by being engaged. You're taking notes, by being engaged in the community, by seeing what the developers are doing with that token. We have to gauge, our entry. When that settles, when the CCN thing settles, I'm getting back in there. I'm getting back in there 100%, because not only do I have a high chance of token number or appreciation of value go up for both of them, but also I'm going to be able to farm those rewards, those APRs and external incentives, in a better position than just jumping into it now because, it has a triple digit APR. Farming liquidity pools doesn't work by face value. You have to take into account everything. So again, while I'm looking at things right now, you might be scrolling through things, and seeing, the highest APR. I'm just jumping into that. I'm just going to jump into that based on that. It's not the best way to go about doing that. That's not the ideal way to go about doing that. Be patient, do a little homework, and look for those entries. Ask yourself the real questions. What am I really trying to farm? Osmosis or Juno? Am I trying to get more Luna? What am I trying to get more of? Of course, it's osmosis. You're going to get paid in Osmo. So what am I trying to accomplish by getting into some of these pools? Again, if you can see here, some of these pools like Luna UST, 45% still really, this is a great freaking pool. This is a great pool right now. And it's at 45%. Highly would suggest going into this one over anything else. Why? Because it's a stable versus a token that has not been really faced a hard hit with impermanent loss as much as a lot of other things, because I've done my homework on the fundamentals and tokenomics of the mechanics between UST and Luna. That's a strong pool. Matter of fact, I forget it now. Guys, that is such a strong pool. I don't want to give you guys financial advice. This is a strong pool. Catch my drift. But anyway, so before I go any further, Nick, do you have anything you want to say about that? Am I making sense?
Yeah, you're totally making sense. So with liquidity pools, I'm actually the complete opposite. I was in one, and I will stay away from them pretty much always from now on.
Why is that? You got to let them know why. Why is that?
Yeah. So staking is more appealing to me because I'd rather keep my asset. I understand that liquidity pools can make you X amount of money, but staking is, you get to keep your asset, you're growing your asset. It's just a better option to me personally. The percentages aren't that much of a difference.
Yeah.
For being honest.
Yeah. Let me add on that too. So I kind of, not that obviously I'm talking about the people that, they're just DJs. They want to get into it. They're going to do stuff. I'll be honest with you guys. I'm very, very limited right now in my liquidity pools. You guys got to remember that the title of the game is right there in front of your face. You're providing liquidity. You are the thing that are being fed on or feeding in that game. In permanent loss, it happens. As much as you want to deny it, you will be fed on at some point in the game. So again, that's where I was coming from. You want to, if you're going to degen into it, you want to protect yourself and make sure you're the one feeding more than being fed on, right? So that's where I'm coming from. And also when you're getting into pools, earlier the better, the later, not so much, because again, the reward, like Nick was saying, really drops down versus, the risk you take rises versus the reward that you get. The reward really does drop down over time, because what are you trying to do in a platform? They're just trying to grow the platform. Again, you are the product. You are, you're the thing that they're trying to attract. Your liquidity pool farming. So again, don't get caught up just because at one point you may have made a ton of money. Make sure you're in and out. Make sure you're fluid. Again, going back to all the points I was making earlier. Leading into, unless, I don't think I've missed anything, and forgive me if I do, because I tend to ramble quite a bit. You guys know that. Moving on to that though, going into what Nick just said, I absolutely love just farming my stake. I love farming and staking. This is probably one of the easiest ways to accumulate wealth in this game by far, with taking as less risk as possible compared to some of the other things you can do, right? Like leverage trading, like LP farming and stuff like that. There's a lot of, you basically, when you're doing all that stuff, yes, the reward gets amplified, but you got to remember the risk also gets amplified because you're multiplying those risks, all over the place with impermanent loss, but liquid, what did I just say a second ago? With leverage trading and stuff like that, you're really multiplying all of your risks. So it's risky, but that it's, you got to risk it for the biscuit sometimes. For me, being a conservative person, I absolutely love making money over time, getting into protocols and investments that, I know from my homework will change the world more than likely than not, and will also be beneficial to my bottom dollar more likely than not, based off the research and the homework that I've done. Again, like I said, the four things that I will, it's more than that, but the four basic things that I do is I'll look for tokenomics, fundamentals, development, social interactive, and also community interactive, and then also the use case. What is it trying to solve? I'm not investing in anything unless I'm convinced of those four things. What are they trying to do? How are they trying to do it? How are they being perceived? How are they being received? And what is the development? What does the activity level look like as far as the developer goes, or the developers goes, or their team goes? And then, of course, the biggest thing, what does their tokenomics look like? How is this going to benefit me if I give you $1? And that's what you should always, you're the power player. You should be looking at it like that. If I give you $1, how am I going to make back my dollar? That's the first question by far that you should always, how am I going to make back my dollar? And one of the things you got to look for, like I said, it was really, really easy with Juno, is you got to look for the inflation rate. What are the rewards? What does their distribution look like? How many people got? How many people got the distribution if it was an airdrop? How many people are going to get the distribution? What are my odds? If there's seed sales, like a lot of people ask me, I want to FUD them. UMEE, I love you as a project, but I don't like seed sales. I don't like people being able to front run things, because that's when you get dumped on, right? But so you got to look at those kind of things. Those things in the background, the fundamentals, the tokenomics, the structure of their tokens, and the distribution are massive key things that you need to hold in the back of your mind. If it don't make sense, if it seems shady, if the core team gets more per se, I don't want to say, you got to figure out what your risk reward ratio is, and how maybe you're more aggressive than I am. Maybe you don't care about these things as much as I do. But I'll tell you right now, when I look at tokenomics and I see things where the core team is getting an absorbent amount, of their tokens, which I get it. teams, developers, like the people that made it should be getting something. But if they're getting it like in a year's time and they're getting a lot of it, like I'm out. I'm not like, I'm good. I'll wait until you guys dump into the liquidity. I'll wait it out. Like, but if there's like with Juno, a 12-year lockup period, that's a lot of growth time. And then you're talking about like, I'm going to be able to partake in this great inflation schedule that you guys have for the first 3 years and stuff like that. You guys got to look for stuff like that and then look and see like, how much can I actually compound this, with their staking? How's their staking look like? Even with Juno, like I said, I've done this many, many times before, right? As an example, you can just come here on stakely.io, stakely.io. I want to have you guys on the stream. I just want to talk about your guys' platform and how you guys perceive being a validator and all that stuff in the Cosmos ecosystem. So I know you guys hear me. I know some of you guys watch. Look, I know some of y'all watch. I've been doing my homework. Sneaky. I see you though. Shine the light on me.
Hey, Sonny.
Ha! I see y'all. But seriously, I just want to bring people on and get your guys' feedback. How do you guys perceive the community, the environment? How do you guys perceive being a validator? What do you guys see going forward? What are you guys the most bullish on going forward? Things like that. What are you guys working on? And what are you guys bringing to the table that you guys think is, going to be beneficial for the people? Like that's the kind of stuff I want to talk about. But anyway, going back, you can go to stakely.io, great platform, and just play around. You can get in trouble doing this. You can get in real big trouble doing this. But when you guys find all those things that line up, go here and look at big picture numbers, right? Like say you got 1,000 or whatever. Let's say you've worked your way up to 100 Juno. I don't know like what people can afford. Let's just say, yeah, $2,500 to $3,000 is like, I think average, like what people realistically can work for, right? Like right now, 100 Juno at this current price is worth just shy of $3,000. Well, if you keep compounding, and this isn't saying the power of compounding, if you're more active guys, it amplifies it all. Again, I've shared this a couple of times, so I apologize guys, but if you just stick to the game, you could take on a yearly earnings just on compounding, you can double the amount that you just initially invested in. Of course, you're facing, number go down possibly. So whatever fundamentally or, that's happening in the community, blah, 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 like as we're seeing. But just to hedge against it, if you compound frequently, yearly earning, you'll be still up a couple $100 just at this current price. Now, hopefully it doesn't drop too much more, but all you got to do is just be more actively compounding. And this will probably be more above like the 3,100 range than 2,900. But anyway, you guys get what I'm saying. If you just keep compounding, now you're going to have 204 on the second year because you gained 100 Juno, right? Now you have 204. Now every month you're making $496 versus before when you were making only $243. So you have 204 making $496. You're compounding, which again, now you're going to get another 213. Let's just say you have, just round about 215 on the third year. Do you guys see the power of compounding? And if you do it more and more and more, and then of course, if number go up on the price, man, now you're talking about actually making wealth and there's, I don't even know, was it Albert Einstein that said it the first? Compounding your wealth is probably the smartest and most powerful thing that you can do as far as gaining and building wealth, is learning how to compound it, guys. And staking right now allows you to do it. So find those things, those protocols, those structures, fundamentally, tokenomic wise, in the development team, in the community that you see that are all lining up for you, and wait for your moment. And then strike when the iron's hot, and then stick to the game plan. Stick to the game plan, especially when you find things like this structure with Juno. Stick to the game plan. You got to do what you got to do. If you're overextended and doing stuff like that, spending money you shouldn't be, I get it. You're going to have to get in and get out. It's hard. But again, if you're a smart investor, you're not overextending, you're patiently waiting. Those are the things. Those are the way you make money, guys. Those are the ways you make money. Nick, do you have anything else you want to add? If not, is there anybody in Discord right now that actually took us up on that?
Nomad. She's from Shift. Shift Chain.
Let's see here.
She wants to join in. I know she's listening to the stream. More than welcome. Pop into the chat and I'll drag you down.
Yeah, if you're in Discord, I know it might seem daunting to you guys, but like honestly, it's no No pressure. You can just ask whatever questions you guys want. Like, no pressure. And if nobody does, like, it's fine too. But I do want to start trying to get people involved and start getting their takes on, you know, what's happening out there or what their interest is that in what's out there in the crypto space. Because again, like, you know, once we understand each other, like, that's when we're all going to be able to move in a combined effort in one direction. Speaking of, guys, I do see some developments while we're waiting. Let me bring this up really quickly, guys. Now, on the Luna chart here, guys, check this out. We're on the daily, guys. Like I told you guys, be patient. What just flashed? We got a red dot right here. The RSIs are now coming back down, and we might actually be seeing price come back down over the weekend. So again, guys, we might be coming back down, testing these 50 and the 200 SMA right here. One thing for ETH, guys, look at ETH right here, guys. We were just up at $3,150-ish. No, it's not a big move. Right? If I go back down here, this is the daily. Look at the hourly. I knew it. If we go to the hourly, guys, look at this. RSI is coming back down. Things have been fighting us with these red dots. It does look like things are trying to exhaust themselves, but clearly it's coming back down. We got to be patient, guys. You just got to be patient. Next thing we're talking about, let's talk about Bitcoin. Ooh, look at this, guys. Going back to Bitcoin, like I was talking about. See how things change in just an hour and a half, 2 hours? We were rallying. Look at this, guys, right here on the hourly, which these things line up. Into you know, price movements on the higher time frames right now on the hourly for Bitcoin, showing us that we kind of flattened out here. Now we're coming back down a little bit, guys. We were just at 45,000. We're back down to close to 44,000 again. Be patient. Don't overextend. Just kind of want to point that out to you guys. Even Adam was up at what, 29? Check it out, guys. Check it out. Don't want to fudge you guys. Remember what I was telling you guys before? We got this red X here. This is another symbol. I'm not going to go into it, but red X here on Market Cipher usually kind of leads us down into some more selling pressure. It kind of leads into, most of the time, into you know, more stronger signals like a blood diamond or whatnot. We could see us come back down. Again, we're just at 29. We could come back down on the hourly. On the daily. Ooh, let me fix this. Back down to these levels that we're at and testing before, guys. So please be patient. Nomad, what's up?
Yep.
What is going on? I don't know if is your microphone?
Do you have a mic? Oh, she can't talk. She's in Gen.
Oh no, can't talk.
It says
oh, wait a minute. Let me see if I can fix that.
I think you're good now.
Yeah. Should it be suppressed?
Try to unmute your mic now.
There you go. How are you doing today? We're learning, guys. We're learning. Bear with us.
Learning. No, we cannot hear you.
We could always move up into the general, you know, take that risk, just move up there. Here, hold on. I'll tell you guys what. We're going to move. If anybody else joins, guys, please respect the stream and just... You want to go up or not, Nick?
Yeah, we can go up. We can try.
Okay, hold on. We'll try it. I'll move Nomad up. There you go, Nomad. Does that work now?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, there you go. Sorry about that. It must be some kind of setting that we have on the live stream. You know, we try to block there because we have some people that just pop in every once in a while. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. It's exciting being on the show. I really like it.
Well, we appreciate you. Again, yeah. Is there anything that I know you're from Sift Chain, you work with them in some capacity. Yeah. What would you like to talk about?
Well, I was just listening to you earlier talking about how Osmosis has like a really easy way to interact with their DEX because there's no fees. And right now, like Sift Chain, you do have to use a faucet to do your first transaction, and we're getting rid of that.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to let everybody know, like soon you won't even have to worry about that. And I know faucets are a pain in the ass. So that's definitely something I agree with you on. And we're just doing a lot of like changes to our front end and a lots of new stuff going on there, and I don't want to like shill it too much because you guys know I work there. But
no, please do. I'll be totally honest with you. I mean, I know you watched the stream or whatnot. Nick and I are super bullish. Like we've been buying up a lot of Rowan and stuff like that. We're super bullish, and we've been trying to hint at people. We can't give them financial advice, but we've been trying to throw it out there and show people like, hey, look, they're developing over here. They're changing some stuff around. You guys need to take a look. So. Yeah, no, please do. Let them know a little bit more if you can, if you're able to.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, right now, we are working towards margin trading, which is really exciting. And I think I used to do a lot of like leverage, like margin trading back in BitMEX days, and I haven't like really looked at charts since then. And so that's why I kind of appreciate your podcast too, because a lot of people in the Cosmos ecosystem, I feel like don't do too much technical analysis. So I'm really excited that you guys work with charts, and I'm excited for Sift Chain moving towards margin trading, just because, that'll open up the ecosystem to like a whole new group of traders. And we've got a lot of other stuff going on too right now with our new Ascension. That's what we call this new phase we're going into, where our fixed pool, APR pools are going to stop. So no more like fixed 300%. It was, it's going to have to end at some point. Yeah. But we do have the staking that's going to start at 300, and PMTP is
300, guys. I'm telling you guys, I'm all about the staking.
More weeks left too. Yeah.
What was that?
There's still a couple more weeks left of the liquidity pools at 300%, the 5 that we voted on. But in terms of staking, the 300%, that's really,
nice.
Really high.
That's really nice. We're all about that. Guys. If you, how many of you guys in chat, admitting, and I think I've said it too. To be honest with you, probably being in the States and whatnot, when Sift Chain first came out, there was a lot of hype. Obviously we have in our community beforehand, Nick and I was in a pretty close group with multiple people across the world, and being in Switzerland and other places that they had no problem at all using the DEX. And I'll be honest, and obviously my view, like I said, I'm super bullish now. Spent a lot of money on it. But before, I'll be honest with you, I was like, I didn't want to, if I couldn't interact with it before, I was like, I thought that was like probably one of the not to say the worst thing, but I thought that was like one of the biggest things that they dealt with. But now they're, correct me if I'm wrong, there is a way for people in the States to get into the DEX, right? Yeah,
it's a front end that actually a validator for us put together, and it's on Forble, and I can actually post a link when I'm done here. I'll post you guys a link. So you can access it from the States. And I totally agree with you. When I started working for Sift Chain, and I wouldn't even use it because I was scared, it's a turnoff, a long time ago, I got into some exchanges like Gate.io and some others that changed their rules, and my money got stuck in there and I can't get it back, so I don't mess around even on, a total decentralized DEX. I'm still freaked out to use a VPN and break the rules. So it's really understandable that turned a lot of people away.
Well, we saw the biggest thing over the last year, right? When, was I know Nick and a few other like I said, our friends that we were closely trading with, which I've again stopped. Nick does it more than I do, but I've pretty much almost entirely stopped trading or whatnot, or trading. But I remember, what was it? Not Binance. Was it Binance? Binance with their whole VPN thing in Canada and all over the place, and people were like, what? I got to move it during here and stuff like that. So I know a lot of people got their money stuck in certain places and whatnot. Totally. It was super, super scary. Valid concerns. And pretty much the same reason why I didn't do it. I was like, nah, I have multiple different business revenues that I do and stuff like that. And I was like, I just don't want to get that messy. But now, guys, again, like she said, now we could actually partake and get in there. And guys, we'll go ahead and I don't have it on hand. I feel bad, but we've shared with you guys before of some of the things that they're changing for Sift Chain and for their tokenomics and stuff like that. I'm definitely going to be jumping into that pool. You guys heard me before. I'm looking for fundamentals. I'm looking for developing, or things that are being developed by the team and how they're interacting with things. Obviously, her being here, it's not. We didn't plan this, by the way, guys. We didn't plan this at all. But
I
swear we didn't plan this at all. It's totally organic. But we're looking for those kind of things, or at least I'm looking for those kind of things. And right now, I got to be honest with you guys. Do your own research on this. Sift Chain and their platform and what they're doing has really high potential and does have my attention, already has some of my money and some of my attention. So again, I am looking to personally be jumping in. Nick has more than me, so I'm actually trying to play catch up to Nick. But I'm trying to allocate myself a lot more and more and get more exposure, even on top of what I'm already doing. I'm already just staking my Sift chain. And as you guys can see here, I use stake. I use this all the time, guys. Again, I like talking with everybody. So again, Stake.io, I need you on here too. But if you guys come in here, where's it at? Where is it at? Oh,
So the current staking percentages that are going on right now with Rowan, so the 200%, that's going to be up to 300% when the update's done. Is that correct?
Yeah, the staking is going to be 300, and after the updates, it's not going to be fixed LPs anymore. So like there's going to be some shifts. I don't know exactly what we decided on in terms of what the liquidity pools APR will be. I think around 250, but it will not be fixed. So yeah, so and we're going to start having a bonding period too. Like right now, you still have a couple more weeks left to like get in a liquidity pool. You can leave whenever you want, but we're going to have a 1 week like unbonding period when. I think the beginning of April or first week of April, yeah.
That makes sense, though. Yeah, I can see that. That makes total sense.
Yeah, it's just a week. Yeah, it's not terrible.
It's not 14. It's not 14 days. Yeah.
We've been really spoiled for the last, I don't know, like four months, with Sift chain, and yeah, so people are excited though for what's coming.
Philippe says we need the link. I don't have it. Are you talking about this, or are you talking about the Rowan up? Actually.
The Forble link?
Yeah, the Forble link. Do you have that?
Oh, yeah, let me grab that. Hang on.
But yeah, guys, like even you can see here right now, I'm just messing around, right? I don't need this much. I already have, so I probably could just do it in halves. But like I'm telling you, this is at 230% annualized returns, and then you're talking about yearly earnings. You guys really have to do your homework and, obviously navigate those waters per your own risk, acceptance levels. But I probably will accumulate at least 200. The ideal is maybe 300,000. I needs it. I needs it, guys.
Ideal is $1 million for me.
To post the Forble link, I have it right here. If I go onto your YouTube channel, the sound will start echoing. So
you can post it in the Discord, and then I'll just copy it and post it, or Nick can copy it and post it there.
Okay, cool, perfect.
I'm looking to accumulate $1 million. That's my.
Yeah, like I told you guys, I need to catch up to Nick. Like I'm. It's like my ETH bags too. I know, guys. I'm well diversified. I also need to catch up on that too.
Also, to any one of your listeners who wants to learn about a working bridge for the last year or two, Ethereum, like definitely Sift chain has that going for it, and it's been going for a year. People I don't know. We're kind of like underdogs. Like no one really.
But that's the point of the especially of today's stream, though, right? That is the point of today's stream. That's the place that you guys want to go and pay attention. You guys, I know a lot of the highlights, the spotlights are on certain other working developments and protocols and stuff like that. But you guys want to go back to those things that I told you guys about. Where is the building happening? Where's the developments happening? Where are good protocols that have or that have been time tested, that work, that are actually working? And have been working and have those connections and partnerships. And then, if like you're talking about like an underdog, what's your, the upside potential there is far more than probably the spotlight that you're on. So again, for me, speaking as an investor, again, I'm not working with Sift chain, just you are, but like when I'm looking at things and possibility and potentials, that excites me. I like the underdogs. I want to go where the underdog is. I don't always want to hang out with the champ. Like, everybody's already hanging out with the champ over there.
Exactly. So it's definitely still early to get in. And and thank you so much again for having me on. I really appreciate this.
Yeah, definitely. If you don't mind, if you're up for it, I would love to get you on board one day. It could be for a live stream or even a pre-recorded stream where we talk more about Sift and what's going on there. I would love to do that sometime if you're up for it.
Absolutely. Just hit me up on Discord and we can definitely set that up.
Actually, I want to ask you something as well. Don't you have something that you're also working on as far as Discord?
Yes. I'm glad you brought that up. I've been trying to get you guys to add it into your server. I call it the social bridge. It's a bot we designed that connects Discord servers. So like you can do /commands like /call, and I could call I could call secret, and then I could call, we could like add someone else to the call. Now we call regen, and now all three of these servers are connected and everyone's talking together, and you can see every message coming in and out. And it's like, I wanted to get some more communities that weren't projects, because right now in our phone book, it's just a bunch of Cosmos projects. I thought you guys would be a cool addition because you guys bring something new to the community.
That's interesting. I could definitely see that, especially being beneficial for, obviously IBC related protocols and stuff like that. Like I said earlier in the stream, like when you're looking for devs and stuff like that, a lot of these devs are also working on other projects as well. They're all intermingled. So being able to, have that line of communication through and not actually have to leave anywhere, but and stay and still see everybody else, kind of like the same essence of Cosmos, right? Like, and what they've been trying to always accomplish. That's really interesting. But yeah, I'm sorry, I'm telling you, I'm old now. It's hard for me to remember things. I've been meaning to ask you that for a while. So I'm glad I actually remember that, but I will definitely touch base with you and try to see if we can implement that in
It's really, really fun. I can tell you that much. Like, even you can use it for networking or, business stuff, but like, even just like the back and forth we've been having with like Osmosis with the phone bot, it's just like fun. It's a really fun bot, and I think, like you said before, it's perfect for the Cosmos ecosystem because it's so tight knit, and people can be, best friends, and then people can be kind of catty with each other on Twitter, and there's all this stuff going on, and like this.
You don't kind say, huh? Not Twitter, not crypto Twitter. People catty there.
Twitter,
But no, I appreciate you coming on and talking with us for a little bit. We are a little bit over 11 o'clock, even though I tend to rant and just take up so much time. They can tell you that all the time. I do try to stay to 11 or around there. So we're gonna end it, but we will talk to you again here shortly. I appreciate everybody that came to watch the stream today. Hopefully what we were talking about has been really, really beneficial for you guys and gives you guys some food for thought about how to be looking at the possibilities or the opportunities that are presenting themselves, especially in the Cosmos ecosystem. Again, you guys can do this. It doesn't, just because I'm a cosmonaut, just because I believe in the IBC protocols that we believe in and stuff like that. Again, you can apply this anywhere. It doesn't necessarily have to be in the Cosmos. I just prefer, since, things are what they are in the Cosmos ecosystem, to kind of interact here. But again, guys, hopefully you guys found this beneficial. Again, do us a favor, if you guys haven't already, follow us on Twitter, join us in Discord, like this video, subscribe to the channel. With that being said, we're going to get out of here, guys. Peace.
Bye.